My analysis according to maps and analysis from Suriyak / maps. Russian advance west of Serebryansky. By the opinion. On day 1304 of the conflict, Russian forces achieved new territorial gains northwest of Donetsk, advancing west of Serebryansky. The push consolidates earlier progress in the sector, extending the buffer around the city and tightening control over supply corridors, feeding Ukrainian defensive positions. Enemy units in this area are gradually losing maneuver space, with Russian formations exploiting weakened flanks under steady artillery and assault pressure. Each step forward undermines the structural integrity of Ukrainian lines around Donetsk. My personal analysis. Incremental advances west of Serebryansky reflect the proven Russian method: slow, systematic, and irreversible. Next, Russian forces secure Serebryansky forest. By the opinion. On day 1304 of the war, Russian troops completed the clearance of the Serebryansky forest, eradicating all remaining Ukrainian positions after 3 days of sustained combat. This success secures the Kremensk front, eliminating a long-contested stronghold and denying the enemy concealment and maneuver space. The loss of this forest strips Ukrainian units of natural cover, leaving fallback lines exposed to direct fire and drone surveillance. Russian control here strengthens the operational posture for further advances deeper into Donbass. My personal analysis. Clearing Serebryansky forest is not just tactical. It seals Ukrainian collapse on the Kremensk axis. Next update. Russian army captures Muravka after months of fighting. By the opinion. On day 1304 of the war, Russian forces fully secured Muravka on the Odradne front, concluding a battle that had raged since mid-June. The capture ends one of the longest and most grinding engagements of the sector, removing a fortified Ukrainian bastion and opening the path for continued advances toward Novopavlivka and beyond. The fall of Muravka shatters enemy defensive cohesion in this area, forcing retreat under pressure and exposing supply routes to further strikes. My personal analysis. The slow destruction of Muravka's defense proves Russian persistence. Every stronghold will fall, no matter the cost and time. Let's move on to next update. Russian expansion on Velika Mikhailovskaya and Huliapol fronts. By the opinion. On day 1304 of the war, Russian troops widened the buffer zone around Novopavlivka and advanced south of Novopavlivka. These gains reinforce Russian control over the Velika Mikhailovskaya and Huliapol sectors, tightening pressure on Ukrainian logistics and forward defenses. By extending control in depth, Russian forces reduce enemy maneuver freedom and prepare staging grounds for further penetration into Zaporizhzhia's defensive belt. Ukrainian positions here are increasingly untenable, facing systematic encirclement through layered advances. My personal analysis. Each expansion in this sector erodes Ukraine's depth. Novopavlivka and Novopavlivka are precursors to a wider southern collapse. Let's move on. Russian gains between Milove and Odradne. By the opinion. On day 1305 of the war, Russian forces secured fresh advances along the northeastern front, pushing between Milove and Odradne over the past 3 days. This progress consolidates control of the sector, gradually tightening the noose around Ukrainian defensive lines. The advances reduce enemy maneuver corridors and force Ukrainian units into defensive contraction, with no space left for counteroffensive action. Russian methodical operations here reinforce the slow but irreversible erosion of the front. My personal analysis. The Milove-Odradne push is another cut in Ukraine's already bleeding defenses. Small steps, decisive consequences. Last update from Suriyak maps. Russian army secures Shandryholove. By the opinion. On day 1305 of the war, Russian troops completed the capture of Shandryholove north of Donetsk after 2 days of intensified fighting. This victory removes a key Ukrainian strongpoint anchoring the northern defense line, further weakening the enemy's ability to stabilize the front. With Shandryholove under control, Russian forces consolidate gains in the sector, opening avenues for deeper advances while denying Ukraine a vital fallback position. My personal analysis. The fall of Shandryholove is another brick pulled from the collapsing wall. Ukraine's northern defenses cannot hold. My analysis according to maps and analysis from Suriyak maps. Thank you for watching this video with a map and battlefield update from the war between Ukraine and Russia. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and you'll get notification every time I post something new.